Well, good morning. I'd like to put my cowboy hat on and I'll tell you about my recipe. And it's all about putting stuff in so that you don't taste the raw garlic. And this is how I start. I take 1 tablespoon of flaxseed and I put it in the Vitamix. And I blend that up first, and I just put a little bit in there, not too much. This is one tablespoon. You can put in as much as you want, but I start that up. And I think you could probably put, you can probably get a Ninja blender, which would be about a couple $100, and that would blend up just fine. This is about $4.50. That was just about 30 seconds. And then what I'll do is I'll put in some oatmeal. Oatmeal is supposed to hold you through for a couple hours in the morning and stick with you. So there's my flaxseed. I get that at Walmart. And then I'm going to put 1/3 of a cup of oatmeal in here and blend that up right with my flaxseed. And that's just going to end up being like a powder. So that's the consistency of flour almost. You can see it. It's like flour. And then comes the fun stuff. I take 2 garlics about the size of your thumb that are raw, and I unpeeled them, and I stick them in there. So there's the garlic. And then, for a little bit better taste, I slice a piece of ginger. So there's my ginger. It's about the size of a quarter. I throw that in there. Yep, still running. I think I'm still running. Yep, still running. Okay, so after that, I put in 2 whole almonds, just to get a little nuts in there. Nuts. And then I've got some ground cinnamon. I just put just a little bit in there, just to shake. And then I go off to my turmeric, my Indian turmeric, and I put 4 of these in there. And then after that, they say when you do flaxseed, you're supposed to do pepper. So I just put just a little bit in there. The pepper is supposed to bring out the flaxseed ingredients. And then I have a little bit of nutritional yeast. They say it's supposed to be good for B12. That's for vegans. So I just sprinkle a little of that in there. You can do whatever you want and put whatever you want in here. It has to get rid of that garlic taste. Then, sometimes I'll put a little ground up pineapple in here too, but I'm not going to today. It's just kind of what you've got in the refrigerator. Here's 2 mushrooms that need to kind of go because they're getting old. So 2 mushrooms. And then I usually put 3 carrots in. You know, carrots. Good for your eyes. So I hear. And then I've got some spinach. I put a little green spinach in because you're supposed to have something green in there. Spinach. And then this cranberry, just cranberry stuff. It's very potent, so I only put just a little few shots in there, like a half a shot. That's supposed to be good for your urinary tract. And then we've got strawberries. And, oops, wait a minute, I have to change my hat. Strawberries. So I put, well, let's see, I got 3 of them in there. I put 4 of them in there. And they look like they need to go, so putting those in. Now we get to the fun spot. Fun stuff. This is our frozen bananas. I usually put 2 frozen bananas in. That makes it cold for the cold drink. Sometimes I chop that up, sometimes I don't. So those are the 2 frozen bananas. You can use fresh bananas if you want. And then we have frozen peaches. And I put maybe a half a frozen peach in there. That makes it taste good. And by the time you put all this stuff in there, you find that you can't taste that garlic. And you can taste the ginger, which is kind of nice. Here's blueberries. Frozen blueberries. I put a half a cup of those in there. So there we go with that. After that, I take it to the sink and I put half a cup of water in it, or maybe a cup of water to get it going. And then after it's all ground up, I'm going to put it in a mason jar. That way I'm not spending, money for solo cups, even though these solo cups would fit in the car really very nice. Sometimes I'll make 2 solo cups and then I'll put straws in them. Here are the straws. I'll put one of those back in the refrigerator for later, and then I'll take one of them to wherever I'm driving to that day. Or if I'm going to go do something else, I'll take it with me. I'll take it to the desk and work on the computer. Straws. Dixie cups. That's what those things are. Okay. I'm going to put this on for about a minute. about a minute. After that, I'm ready to go. So, take the lid off, and I'm just going to pour it in our mason jar. And it's all chopped up and it's nice and cool. It looks kind of like chocolate, and it tastes really good. Well, sometimes I can taste the garlic, but most of the time I can't. If you put a little ginger in there, it helps a little bit, and I just found that out recently. So what you're doing is you're doing flaxseed, which is good. You're doing oatmeal, which suppresses the appetite also. And oatmeal is really good for you. And then on top of that, you got that 2 good chunks of garlic that are raw that suppresses appetite. So I'll take this and I'll work on drinking this for a couple hours in the morning. And I'm really not hungry most of the day. I gotta stop and think I gotta eat, which is really weird. Yeah, that's pretty good stuff. You don't need all these ingredients. All you need is the garlic, maybe some frozen bananas or regular bananas, and blueberries would get rid of that garlic taste. And cinnamon actually is pretty potent stuff. So if you put cinnamon in there, you're going to taste it. So, my first YouTube video, pass it around. Have a good morning.